What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. Today's video, we are talking about tonight's game, Hornets versus Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns went bananas, but it was still a good game, a game that the Hornets should have won, and we'll talk about it.
Triple B's! AB the Hero, back at it, baby.
Alright, first off, appreciate everybody who hit that like button. I know I kept the intro short today because it's getting late and we need to get to it. We didn't hit that 20,000 sub mark with 100. We over 100 over that thing. So shout out to everybody who tapped in and was a part of that. Let's get into it. Now, I want to say this Hornets game tonight, it was a good game, right? But this is what this remind me of. Okay. Oftentimes, right? You might have your great grandmama, okay? Your great grandmama, she got a recipe. She got a potato salad recipe. She keep it simple. She put the potatoes in it. She put the mayonnaise, maybe some mustard, some little relish. You know what I mean? Just a little pepper. Ooh, she seasoned that thing up nice, right? She got that recipe. She put it in a little book. She passed that. Your great grandma passed that recipe down to your grandmama. Okay. Then your grandmama got that recipe. She opened the book. She followed it to a T. Bam. Your mama love it. Your grandmama passed that thing down to your mama. Okay. Now you get the recipe from your mama, but you go ahead and get your little girl, and your girl tastes it. She like, oh, this would be good if we just add a little raisins to it. That's what happened with the Hornets tonight. We had a game that was in the bag, the recipe was working, and everybody decided to just add some raisins to it, right? There were moments in this game where people was doing so much dribbling the ball that they was damn near tripping all over themselves, falling, all this stuff. My dog LaMelo fouled out of the game, trying to play tight D, way too much. Miles Bridges, way too much. Here, let's look at the stats, and I really want to address the Miles Bridges situation, because I don't think that folks are talking about this, but I want to talk about it here in a second. All right, so final score 120-126. Timberwolves got the W. Like I said, this was a game where the Hornets should have probably walked away with a W here. Let's look at this play chart here. All right, let me see something. Where's the one they got it here? Here we go. All right. So if it's up here, this whole entire part of the graph is the Hornets about to get the W here, right? It's over. With this much time left, you know what I'm saying? The Timberwolves snuck out a lead, and then we had to tie it up. This game should have even probably been won if Miles Bridges was knocking down free throws. Now, before we get into the box score and all that stuff that we normally would talk about, I want to say this. This is something that I feel like I overlooked for a while, but it has become apparent that this is not something that can be overlooked. If you listen to a lot of those especially in the last couple of games where the Hornets have been struggling, my man Miles Bridges has consistently said, we just got to get the mental lapse, man. We start missing a couple shots and we get lax on defense, you know, and then we just get out our head. Just consistently talks about the lapses. We just get, you know, too mentally out of it. You know, we get down on ourselves. We won't see the ball go in, and then we stop playing offense. We stop playing defense. We start letting them score. We start letting them rebound. And tonight, that reared its ugly head when Miles Bridges is at the free throw line with the go-ahead free throws. And I wish I could had it pulled up. Let me see if I can get it. No, it's not even on here. With the go-ahead free throws, and completely tricks off the first one and then makes the second one to tie it. But tonight we're looking at a Hornets team who shot 75% from the free throw line. For one, if they clean that up, it's a W tonight, right? Miles Bridges missed some key free throws down the pike. I think Mason knocked a few down late. That was big. We got Melo here at 3 for 5. Melo got to be 80-90% free throw shooter. We had Treads at 100% from the free throw line. This right here is critical. This is critical, right? Especially on the game, like even shooting 24% from the three-point land for this team is a big deal because it's a high volume three-point shooting team. But it don't really matter when you playing a team over here who's shooting 39% from the field and 23% from behind the arc. Obviously, they knocked down 13 threes. We knocked down 8, and Karl Anthony Towns got hot from behind the arc at the right time. Towards the end of the game, all of a sudden he just went, he turned into mega Steph, and then just started letting them go. But you see right here, he was shooting 36% from behind the arc. He was, without those last couple threes, his percentages is trash. So this is a game that they have to win. I think like right there at the end, we're running that big lineup, and it was working, but then we started to see, you know, your boy James Borrego starting to, oh, we're gonna put Trez in on offense, and then we're gonna put Mason in on defense, and then we're gonna swap them, doing way too much. At least he didn't do the swap Melo in for offense defense stuff. My dog Melo on the defensive end though went and got a foul and ended up fouling out of the game, which sucks. So tonight of all nights is the night that he probably should have done the offensive defense thing. Didn't do it. It is what it is. Let's see. We had Miles Bridges 9 for 21, 42% from the field, 37% from the 3-point land. A decent night, right? If you just look at the box score for Miles Bridges, this is a hell of a night for him, right? 28 points, 7 assists, 13 boards. Like, it's 1 block. It's a night that statistically says, you know what, you did your thing. But if you are Miles Bridges, this was a night where you go home and you be like, come on, man. Snap out of it. This is clutch. That's the moment that everybody is waiting on, right? Last second game on the line. If you ain't done that one before, where you mentally preparing to knock down the game winning free throws, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't I'm not even gonna say a hooper, bro. That's just athletics, you know what I'm saying? Even in all contents or situations, you probably don't practice that. You got Terry Rozier shooting 14% from behind the arc. That's a struggle bus. We ain't gonna win like that. LaMelo, like I said, he is one of them dudes who is high volume shooter, right? Shooting 3 for 8 here. He probably could have got up a couple more threes and would have evened this out, you know what I mean, and brought it up to maybe a 40, because there are moments in this game where he looked super hot from behind the arc, just couldn't get it going. There's something happening though with Melo's mid-range game that I'm seeing recently, where it's not as efficient as it was potentially like earlier in the year. So early in the year, he was shooting, there was a couple moments where he was looking like he was finna damn near turn into baby, not even if Karl Anthony Towns was mega Steph, then, you know what I mean, LaMelo way bigger than Steph height wise, pause. And then so he was, height wise, so you know what I mean, big Steph. But you know what I mean, from behind the arc still better than last year, but you know, the consistency got to hit a little bit different. But same thing, if you look at the box score, you take away a lot of percentages, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about 22 points from the field, that's above his average. 9 boards, that's above the average. 6 assists, that's a little low for the average, but that's still right on par. 1 steal, 1 block, that's a solid night, right? But the efficiency is what has to be worked on. Montrezl Harrell has continued to be a plus for this squad right here. 50% from the field tonight for him. Not taking no threes, you know what I'm saying? Is doing this thing on a rebound, 7 boards, 2 assists. But here's where Montrezl Harrell's his greatest accomplishment is what he is bringing out of Mason Plumlee, right? That's the thing that Montrez has done better than anything else, right? He's brought the energy and all of this stuff, but he has brought a new reinvigorated Mason Plumlee. Somebody hit me on Twitter, said Montrez look invigorated playing with this Hornets team. No, Mason Plumlee look invigorated playing with Montrezl Harrell. And here's the part though that's interesting. This ain't just like, man, Montrez, I love playing with him. No, this is Montrez on my ass. So I gotta hoop. If I don't hoop, I'm out of a starting job. That's gonna affect the biznag, right? And so he was 1 assist away from getting that triple double. Here's what I was trying to see if I needed to read more into this or not. We've seen times throughout the season where there's been a player who's this close to a triple double, and this team has, you know what I mean, tried to figure out a way to make that happen. They didn't do that tonight, and obviously it was a close game, so maybe that, you know what I mean, there was no opportunity for it, and maybe that's why I shouldn't read too much in it. But they didn't do that tonight. They didn't say, yo, you right there, let us figure out how to get you an assist. It didn't happen with them. Here's the thing that I do want to pull up for y'all real quick though. Here's the thing I want to pull up for you real quick, is this right here. This is a clip of your boy Mason Plumlee, right? And what I want you to do, we do sometimes on this channel that Body Language Don't Lie conversation, and I want you to look at the face that he's making right now, right? Biting that lip, and think about what possibly could the question be that the first thing he did when he heard the question is make his face and bite this lip. Take a second, right? Just if you got pause, and then type it in the what they say in the comment section. What do you think the question is that got him looking like a whole ghost right now? All right, let's listen to the answer here, and then I will play the question. Let me type myself up here real quick. All right, so I'm gonna play it and then tell me. All right, by now you should have had your stuff typed. All right, so let's go.
He's a difference maker. On the block, he's going to attract attention. He plays really aggressive. And he's a joy to play with.
My man said he's a joy to play with. Imagine saying anything in the world is a joy.
He's a joy to play with.
And looking that excited. Come on. Listen to the question here.
And live with second and third opportunities on one exchange. So you can't do that in most games.
Hold on, here it is. Fast forward. Here it is. Here's the question.
And then we'll wrap up here with Skyler.
Mason, you almost had a triple-double tonight. Seems like you've been playing a lot better here in the last few games. Just how much does having someone like Montrez on the floor with you at the same time help you out underneath?
He's a difference maker. On the block, he's going to attract attention.
This is what I'm saying. Imagine if somebody's saying, you a big, they got another big, and they saying, bro, last couple games, my guy, you've been playing better than we ever seen you play before. Like, tell us how Montrez is affecting your game. You know what I mean? I think that people got to understand. I always go back to this. Michael Jordan, like, really let us know that these NBA players are can be petty but emotional, right? Shit hurt, and they take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Mike was creating things to take personal, whatever, to elevate his game or whatever, but we know that they take that stuff personal. So imagine having some of your best games. This is the best game he literally had all season, and they gonna say to him, you remember you had a hell of a game lately, and how is Montrez affecting you and making you play so much better? You know what I mean? Imagine having to answer that question. If they hire somebody new at your job and they say to you, hey man, you been killing it at work today. It must be old girl over here who been sitting next to you. She been inspiring you to do well, right? Why does that matter? Because when it's time to divvy up the bag, right? They already giving your credit for hooping to somebody else, man. It's something that can't go unnoticed. There are things happening with this Charlotte Hornets team that folks are going to talk about a little bit later. it's so much on. It's underneath the surface now, but there's a lot of stuff bubbling into a head. And these close games that turn into losses like this are detrimental to what they got going on for the season. I think I said before the season that this team was a playoff team, and I think that they got a shot to do that, but they got to get it together. It's your main man, AB the Hero. We out.
Hero. No, not Peace. Plus one, triple B's. We out.